Welcome to Shiny New Clients, the marketing podcast that helps you attract shiny new clients to your business. We'll talk about social media, what makes people buy, how to go viral, and marketing psychology, all in 20 minutes or less. Whether you're a coach, a stylist, or a wedding planner, if you've got a service-based business to sell, this is the show you need to fill your calendar. I'm Jenna Warner, your new marketing coach, and this is Shiny New Clients.
Don't tell anyone this, but I have always made my website literally the lowest on the chain of importance in my business. And I have been ridiculed about that from listeners. So if that's you, sweet listener, I still love you. But the reason why I always tell people, like, you don't need a website is because I didn't really have a website. I definitely didn't have one that is good. Now, does that also mean that I probably left a lot of money and sales on the table? Yeah, sure. But I did what I was able to do with the resources I had at the time that I had them, and then also put it off for an additional couple of years. Anyway, now that I have a site, I'm all up in the world of SEO, which is a term that or an acronym that means search engine optimization. And to go super simple, before we get with our guest expert here, that means using the words that your clients use and are searching for so that when they type them into a search engine, they find you. Our guest is going to tell us all about it because when I don't know how to do something, I bring you someone who's the best in the biz and absolutely does. So today we have Matt Diamante, who is an SEO expert and a best-selling author. Good morning, Matt.
Wow. Good morning. What an intro. I love that. One thing that I just want to mention, like right off the bat, people are talking about SEO. Some people are like, what is SEO? Search engine optimization. What the hell does that even mean? And I've had to painstakingly over years try to explain to my parents what the hell it is that I do. And I came up with we help businesses oh my God, I can't even say it. We help businesses show up higher on Google. Right?
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. That SEO is getting shown on Google.
But your parents probably don't even know that the first couple results when they type something into Google are actually ads.
And they're making it more difficult to discern if it's an ad or if it's an organic result, which is crazy.
That shouldn't be allowed.
No, not at all.
I think that a lot of people listening, just so you know, Matt, our parents also don't know what we do.
Does any parent know what their kid actually does? No,
I lived with my aunt for like 6 months during COVID, and she was like so enthusiastic about my business and so enthusiastic about sending me clients, but she could never figure out how to say it. Like she'll help you. Oh, you've got a business. She'll Jenna, tell him.
Yeah. She'll help you with your podcast. And you're like, no, that's not what I do at all.
So in the simplest terms, if somebody wanted to know how to get people finding their business through Google, they would type that into Google and find you. And actually,
ideally, yeah.
Oh, I should tell them. Sorry, I will let you speak eventually, but I forgot Matt's name. I told you this. I forgot your name like a month and a half ago. And I wrote Canadian SEO guy. And literally found you through that.
Whoa, that's sick. I'm gonna after this podcast recording, I'm gonna go and search that and see why that's coming up and how. That's sick. I've never optimized for that.
Somehow, somewhere, your page is optimized. So, okay, yeah. Tell us some more baby steps. All right. So, say we're new to this. We have a website. We have an offer. People can buy or book to talk to us through our website. What do we need to do?
Okay, so SEO in the simplest form is helping your customers, right? Your customers or your clients or whatever you call them, patients, they have a problem and they're looking for a solution. Now that solution could be information, right? My toilet's broken. I need help, right? They're going to Google and saying, my toilet's leaking all over the floor. What do I do? Right? They're looking for information. Or I need an emergency plumber. They have a problem. The emergency plumber is the solution. That's at the core of it. That's what SEO is. You're just helping your customers find solutions to their problems. And the first way that I introduce this all the time is they have questions about things, right? They might not know what you do. They might not know how much your service costs. They might not know, anything about how to solve their problem, and you need to be that person. So what I always say is go to a site like answerthepublic.com. It's free, and just type in what you sell. That will show you hundreds of questions that people are asking about the thing that you sell, right? If I type in SEO, things come up like, how much does SEO cost? Can I learn how to do SEO on my own? You know, internal links, do they really matter? All stuff like that. And I know some of you listening might not know what any of that stuff means, but that's okay because you can go to Google and you could type that in if you're wondering, and an article or piece of content, a blog post will come up answering that question. So that is the simplest way to do SEO, is just answer your customers' questions.
At first it can sound kind of complicated, right? You're like, internal links, what? I'm not a
Yeah.
wizard. I'm not a computer developer. Like we get scared, right? We're like, oh, this is a new thing. But I spent a day with someone who designs websites and optimizes for SEO because I was doing a VIP day for her and her
Yeah.
business. And just in that day, I learned so much. And it was like, oh, this journey is actually pretty easy for, I think, for, it sounds like, a small business owner to just make some tweaks and make some changes and possibly get like big results from it.
It's really crazy. Let me tell you a story about a client that we have. We started working with them. They're a local business, by the way, like local, I guess, service-based business. And when we started working with them, they were getting maybe like 500 people to their site a month. And they had an SEO agency that they were working with for like 2 years, and they were not getting results. And this business was probably making like 20K a month, which is amazing. After working with them for like a year, year and a half, they went from making 20K a month to 120K, $120,000 a month just from SEO. Like they aren't doing so like social media, they're not doing ads, they're not doing anything else, just purely from SEO. And I was like, holy, that imagine the impact that that could have on your life if you wrote blog posts, 2 a week. I'm not even talking like we weren't doing like 100. We were doing 2 a week over a year.
By the end of that month, they would have entirely new problems.
Yeah,
Like all new, different, like, how do we serve these people? We need more customer service reps. Our systems are breaking. Good problems that like up level you, but
absolutely.
you'd be in a completely different world. Okay, so now we've dropped the B word, which is, I didn't know until did this girl's social media that blogs had anything to do with SEO. So how
Yeah.
does
So
that work?
blogs are like the gold mine of SEO. So there's so many benefits to having blog posts. The first one I'll tell you is it just saves time. So I used to do Facebook ads for clients all the time. And every single time we'd sign somebody on, they'd be like, okay, well, no, what's the next step? How do I add you to my Meta Business Manager? And I'd be like, okay, well, let's schedule a call. Let's find a time. I'll spend 20 minutes to an hour walking you through while you share your screen, showing you where to click. Right. So we wrote a blog post that's how to add and remove users to your Meta Business Manager. And the whole purpose of that post was to send to our clients, right? Hey, here's the next step. Go here and just follow the steps. Boom, save me like an hour per client. So all of a sudden, I'm saving so much time that I don't have to get on a call and show them. And now we have the resource that they're going to. They're not going on Google. They're not looking it up. They're not going to a competitor. They're not going anywhere else. So problem, solution, right? So that's the first thing. And then that started ranking. So started getting traffic to our website because other people were looking about how to do that. They could have been competitors of ours. They could have been people from across the world. I don't really care.
Oh, and it
So
also kind of qualifies the lead because it's someone who already has an interest in SEO. Otherwise, they wouldn't need to know how to do this.
yeah, 100%. The other benefit is when we're talking about blog posts, it's again, people have problems and they're looking for the solution. And if you've ever had any like what is the best, skin hydrating face cream, right? You go on Google, you see a piece of content that's like, here are the 5 best ones, brand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a blog post, right? People are looking for information like, I have really sensitive skin. What's the best thing? And they're doing deeper research, right? So with that in mind, you're solving the problem. You're giving them the answer to their problem or the solution to their problem. So that's 2 reasons why blogging is good. The third reason is when your site starts getting more traffic through blog posts because people have questions. They're coming to your website. They're like, oh, you're a skincare product, for example. You have a lot of content about skincare. All of a sudden, that signals to Google, like, hey, these guys are getting now, 10 to 50 to 100 to 500 or 1,000 people to their site every single month for skincare related terms. Now Google's like, oh, this website is about skincare, right? So it makes it easier for you to rank for the more difficult keywords, if that makes sense, the more competitive keywords.
Right. And so if you were paying for ads and for those keywords, the more competitive ones would be more expensive.
Yeah.
Right. So you're saying this is an in to get shown when people ask a specific question. You're not paying to have your blog pop up in front of them. Google just sees that it's a good blog that keeps answering people's questions. So then it shows them your page.
Yeah. So like I'll give you an example. Like a more difficult keyword would be something like hydrating face lotion, let's say, right? Everybody's going to want to go after that keyword because that people want to buy, right? They're looking for that specific thing. Now, if everybody's going after that keyword, think of it like everybody's trying to get in the front door. They're all getting jammed. Maybe one or two people get through, and those are the people who are ranking, and everybody else is like fighting to get in. Now, when we're writing blog posts, we're not even going to the front door. We're going to the back door, and that door's wide open. We're just getting let in, right? We're ranking for these keywords because we're answering questions that people are asking, and it's not direct money makers. It's not the money making keywords right away. We're kind of going around educating people, helping them solve their problems, building trust in that way. And as we build more trust, all of a sudden, Google opens another front door and lets us in.
I love that. That's such a good way to explain it. Or just for me and the visual learners, we need a metaphor. We need to see the house and then we
Yeah.
understand the thing. What if we don't want to blog? Is there still options for us if we're like, oh, writing, that's so much work, I'm scared?
Oh my God. We have AI, we have ChatGPT, we have Claude, we have all these things that'll do the writing for us. We've been doing that since ChatGPT came out for our clients, is using it to write content. And I'm not saying we're, saying write me a blog post about this and then copy pasting what it puts out. We're doing a little bit more, but one thing that people can do, and I'm completely ignoring your question, by the way, because you need to do blogs.
I actually did. I just hired someone and I proofed the first 4 yesterday. And they're so good. It sounds like me. Well, they took things I said. I was like, there's so much content out there of me just talking. And they took what I said and wrote it into blogs, and they're beautiful and they're good. JennaHarding.com. That's the new site. And you catch my blogs. They're all things that I've said written down by someone else, to be fully honest, but they did such a great job. It sounds like me. I was like, they even captured my humor. So I was excited about that, because that was the thing. I was like, I don't know if out of all of the places I could put my time, I didn't know if writing blogs was where that time should go.
It's completely opposite to social media, where you post something on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and you get likes, you get comments, you get engagement like immediately. With SEO, it might be 3 months before Google indexes that, before you start ranking, before anything happens. So it's very much like it's a long game of, is this working? Should I keep doing this? And that's actually a good thing for most businesses, because people will try it for a month or two, not see results, and then they'll stop doing it. And that leaves a giant hole for us to fill.
Have you read The Infinite Game?
No.
My friend just made me read it. Yep, made me. And and because I live in social media land, and your business initially blew up on social media as well, I know.
Yep.
I'm like used to the instant gratification and the like, okay, let's sell this thing. Oh, my followers all bought it. Okay, now let's sell this thing. Oh, my followers all bought it. And so the Infinite Game is about looking at business in a much more long-term way and not trying to like win. He's like, why are you trying to win? Stop trying to win. There's no win. Just like play a long game. And so I feel like I am kind of trying to make that shift into thinking about things longer term.
I think that's all marketing. And when I say marketing, I mean like posting on social media is considered marketing. That's a huge part, a huge driver for my business, at least. But SEO is marketing, ads are marketing, like all of it's marketing. And if you look at marketing as like a long-term play, regardless of what platform and what you're doing, and you commit to, I'm going to do this for a year or 5 years or whatever, you will see results because other people are going to drop off. You will start becoming the expert in your niche, right? You'll get more followers, you'll get more traffic, you'll make more sales, all this kind of stuff. But you need to keep doing it. It's like I don't even call it the long game. I call it the long con, right? Like how long can I do this before I can convince people to think that I'm the expert, right? Or my
That's so
client is the
funny.
expert.
Do you know what? You know what that is a direct parallel to? Because I was an actor before, and you know how many other blonde, thin, quirky 21-year-olds there were?
Yeah.
So many. We took up most of the auditioning market is this exact archetype that I was. My agent would say, if you can just hold out till your 30s, everyone else will give up.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
and then when I was the person that gave up and went and did entrepreneurship instead, I was like, there you go, other like blonde woman, you can have the job, you know?
yeah. But like that's like I want everybody listening to be that blonde woman who didn't give up, the
Yeah.
actor, right? Like that's literally how long can you do this until all of your competitors drop off because they're not patient or they're not seeing the results yet. Like
Interesting take. I
that's the
love that.
secret.
It's a cool, grounded, interesting take.
Yeah.
Definitely the opposite of hustle culture.
It's I think it is, but it's I feel like it's also hustle culture at the same time because you're like I'm gonna do this for a long time. I'm gonna keep doing this. This is gonna be me. Like, do you think it's an accident that I'm the SEO guy now? I've just been doing it longer than a lot of people, and a lot of the other people have dropped off,
Yeah, fair.
right?
Yeah, I guess you know what? Because I'm about 8 years in and I have experienced that as well, I suppose. Yeah, other people don't, they stopped,
They
which was
don't they
scary too, because I was like, does it get hard?
You're like, wait, is this broken now? Should I still be doing this?
Yeah.
It's but it's crazy because like I've seen people like even like years ago, I used to follow this woman who did Facebook ads and she taught people how to do Facebook ads and her course was like 2,500 bucks, like 3 grand, whatever it was. And that was like my first big purchase. And so I like took it, learned a ton about Facebook ads, all this kind of stuff. And then I don't know what happened. She dropped off and now nobody knows who she is. There's like a bunch of other people who filled that gap, who have been around longer, who are more relevant now. Like if you're listening to somebody from 10 years ago, or if they're starting to post again, you're like, well, are you really still relevant? This person's been posting for the last 3 years and their advice is really good and it's already helped me. So why am I going to jump ship?
Interesting. Shoot us with one more actionable SEO tip and then tell us, because here's the thing. I feel like people work with you, they do the thing,
Yep.
you know what I mean? They work with you, they do the thing, they get the result. Like it's kind of just like, let me show you how to do it here. Soar. That's my understanding. Would you say that's accurate?
Kind of, yeah.
I'll show you how to do the thing, and then
Yeah.
you can optimize your site, and then you can play the long con too.
Well, yeah, it's accurate in the sense that yes, I do teach people how to do it themselves, but I also run an agency where we do it for people. So
Oh, okay.
like that's the two sides of it.
Okay, copy that. So shoot us with one more tip and then where to find you.
Okay, so if you are a small business owner, you have a side hustle, you have anything, I want you to just commit to 1 hour per week to focus on SEO. Like it's not a lot of time and it doesn't all have to be in a row, but this is exactly what you're going to do. Either write down questions that you hear your customers asking, whether it's on social media, in person, anything like that, or go to answerthepublic.com, type in what you sell, find questions that you know the answers to. Then I want you to go to ChatGPT and say, I'm writing a blog post about, paste in whatever the question is or type it out. Ask me 10 questions you'd need to know the answers to in order to create a truly helpful blog post that uses my expertise, experience, case studies, opinions, etc. And ChatGPT will ask you 10 questions. You can answer them on voice mode, which is what I do, or you can type them out. And then once it has all that information, say, okay, now write me the blog post. And it'll write you a blog post answering that question using all of your own information. And you can take that, edit it, like look through, make sure it's factually correct, and paste that on your website. Like that's SEO, and nobody can write a piece of content as good as that without like doing an interview with you, which is what you're doing with ChatGPT. That's going to put out a really great piece of content that's actually helpful, right? It's actually solving a problem. So that is my biggest tip. Spend 1 hour a week, do it for 6 months to a year, and you'll get results.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks for simplifying that. And obviously, if you guys want to go further with that, outsourcing it or learning how to do it yourself, you can find Matt on Instagram for sure, because that's how we met.
Just on the internet and in general, like I'm
Just
posting
type
on
Matt
every platform.
Canadian SEO guy.
Wait, can I like promo my book here for a sec?
Yes, what a pretty cover.
It's called Get Found. And like if you know nothing about SEO, this book is for you. Even if you know a little bit, like it goes through what all the elements are, gives you rules, you should be using the keyword here. What is a keyword? Why should we be blogging? It has all of that stuff. It gets into a little bit more, I don't want to say advanced. I don't want it to sound scary, but it's all like I wrote this so that my parents finally understand what I do, basically. Right? If they're reading this, they're like, "Oh, okay. Now, you know what? I get it."
I heard that book's a bestseller.
Yeah. On Amazon, if you go to SEO, it's the #1 SEO book. It's
Get
called Get
Found by Matt Diamante.
Also, I did the audiobook as well myself. It took me 5 days to record this book. I originally booked 3. And yeah, apparently it's really difficult to read out loud and actually, do a good job in the first take. It's crazy.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your knowledge with us, Matt. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you for having me.